Yeah, first thing I got is, everybody knows Paul's retired here this last week. So we took applications there for 2 weeks. So we had a total of 30 applications for this job. I went through all of them, and David Aaron Galloway is the guy I like to hire. He was most qualified. That's why I never wrote him down, so. Anyway, that's who I recommend. Yes.
I assume you interviewed him.
Pardon?
I assume you interviewed him, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll make the motion, we go with Tim's recommendation.
Motion second, any discussion?
He can start on October or September the 3rd.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed?
And then, next thing I got is, East Street, which runs north and south over here by, Miss Eastridge's off of College Street Extension. They've been getting a lot of people speeding up through there. They're coming off of College Street Extension 145 to, like a shortcut to get over to Ohio Street. And that's only about an 8-foot alley through there, so what I'd like to do is
Is it
make
even
it.
8 foot?
Well, what I'd like to do is make it a one-way. You know, I mean, that would be the most logic thing to do, is on an 8-foot street, you know.
You wanna make it 8 foot, or going north, one way going north?
No. Yes. No.
Needs to be one way covered.
South.
South, yeah, right, yeah. Another reason why behind that is because down there in front of Miss Eastry's, there's nowhere to put there's never been a stop sign there, there's nowhere to put one. If you put one, then it'd be right in front of a handicap ramp that we made for her about 3 years ago. But anyway, we can make that a one-way.
Okay. Tom, you got any problem with one way?
I think it'd be fine. It's got room for one vehicle on the street to pass anyway, so.
Anybody got any other comments? Not, then go for it.
Okay. Then the other thing I got is we got all the permits and everything on that, crosswalk for, down there at Fox Hollow. And so Ernie's got some questions on it, so,
Well, let's wait till we get that,
Yeah.
survey back from that,
okay, yeah.
before we do anything down
Okay.
there.
Okay.
They're supposed to be here Wednesday. To put the counters and everything in,
Okay, okay.
and, he was supposed to be out with me, let him know, so you go up there and check those, and I'll find out tomorrow. You would around Wednesday, won't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long are we good?
It's in 2 weeks. It's not 2 hours, it's 2 weeks.
Sounds like a better.
Sounds like a better deal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Then the only other thing I got is, well, we're getting ready for the big block bash this weekend, and, we got the same as last year, Main Street from Bowes down 256, and all Jack Carnes Way, both sides will be shut off. And then, Maple Street, it'll be shut off from, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, Cindy got a lot of the food vendors will be set up like they were last year on Jack Carnes Way. And then she called me today and said, that's not gonna be enough room for the vendors, so, she wants to line them up, down on Maple Street there, so. Anyway, so, looks like it's gonna be over a little bit this year.
Sounds good.
Okay. I think that's,
You come up with something else. We'll get everybody else and then come back.
okay.
It's easy. Chris?
Well, wait a minute. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the speed humps we got, how they're doing great. The ones we got in Indiana, the permanent ones now. Tomorrow, we're gonna add an inch to them, because it's just, we're kind of like experimenting with them, all right, so.
Did you get Marlene's temporary put in yet?
No, not yet. I'll get with you and wherever you want that at, we'll get it put up. But We got all the signs posted on Indiana Avenue, and, no more than had them up one day, and one of the speed limit signs got stolen, so. Anyway. Okay.
I did have somebody who had a suggestion on the speed humps, is that after we get them down and we get them finalized, that maybe like putting the yellow
They are.
guidance stripes.
As soon as we get them to where we need them, then we're gonna get them all painted.
Every comment I've had on anybody up there has been positive. And had one, he wasn't negative, he said, I don't really like them, but they do work. So,
Use the kind like
similar. Yeah, they're similar to that.
Yeah, soon.
He still ain't got it perfected yet, it's still, they're figuring it out. I ain't gonna see it figured out.
They're doing the job, I mean, you know. That's all I have.
Chris.
I've got, West Bay Station where we've got 2 pumps in the repair shop right now. And got my quotes back on them. New pump is $50,000 now, it's been up quite a bit the last couple of years. Repair quotes are $18,246 on one of the pumps, and $12,745 on the other one.
So that's about $31,000.
Now, West Bay, 25%, that 26 is over there, right?
That's still,
Still at 12.
this bunch.
Everybody's in about 96.
Pretty crappy price.
What type, these must be monster
Still
pumps.
searching that too. I'm gonna look into some screening for that lift station. Whenever they did the revamp back in 2006, they took the auger monster out of there that protected that station and put it up on top of it. Not that we may never get a brick in there again like we did that one, but I'm gonna look into some different options we've got. See what we can try to keep the bigger stuff out.
That would probably be helpful. Okay. Shucks. You're not throwing your body in front of them to stop wrecks. Tom?
Tabitha Duran, I don't think she's here tonight, but I just want to commend her for helping out, helping with animals. She came in several times whenever I paged her and come in and pick the animals up and transported them to the Humane Society. She does that for free and uses her own fuel and everything, so I think that's very nice of her to do that, and she's done a good job catching some and taking them to Paoli, so that's, I just wanted to commend her and thank her for helping us with that. And the only other thing I have is the one car is getting near 100,000 miles probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, so I'll try to get some prices together on the vehicle and some options and take a look at that maybe at the next meeting or the meeting after that. Okay, that's it.
Jason, we're gonna get you before they call you out.
Yeah, I could just testing. Am I going anywhere? There, you want to start? Probably would. Okay, the Geneva Street rental property, still not finished grading material on that, so I went ahead and sent another letter out, and I think we can just reschedule a hearing on it. I mean, we've already out of the initial 3, that was cited anyway. Last I talked to him, he was just waiting on my, I didn't sign it, so it's like this. That's the only violation right now that,
Let's reschedule them. See if we can get it.
okay. And we had a hearing scheduled for the night on Tuesday morning, 5:38, 5:42, 5:46 again Avenue. The north properties for removal of debris and non-essential items around the structure. Got some pictures here, the front side, there's really no violation on the front of the building. There's some debris on the back of the building. Second picture here, looks like a barrel, a couple piles there. That's really
Yeah, those pictures are actually, that's tall. I mean, everything else looks pretty good. Ought to be easy to clean up.
Harold, thank you very much for coming.
You guys wanna do about it, just those items on the back side?
Thank you for coming, I did.
You guys need?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey, Harold, they need to talk to you this minute.
Did you say that there was no problem with vegetation?
Yeah, I mean, not right now, nothing that I saw.
Would you mind looking?
Hey, come on up.
Pardon?
I'm sorry for making it confusing, sir. I just meant, I appreciate you coming to the.
I'm sorry, I thought you was done.
No, sir, that is my fault.
These pictures will take back in July.
We trimmed that once.
It's be as we.
Is that in my
It is, that retaining wall and that is probably, 42 days ago, this is sideways.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Please.
Is that still there today?
Yes.
This here,
This toilet,
that's for sale, this is for sale.
no,
We can't have all that outside though, if it needs to be for sale, it needs to be inside the building, not sitting outside in the back lawn.
Well, I just, Virgil's got them outside of his building, so I thought it was fine for me, I didn't know there was a difference.
Virgil's got toilets sitting over there for
It
sale.
has that. They call them yard art.
uh,
That there this here toilet's gonna be taken away because somebody come in and invested it.
No, I don't know about that. I don't see a vegetation issue.
other than
There
that.
isn't much vegetation because he sprayed that weed killer on it. I had that blue fern all the way up the bank hole at the bank, and he killed it with the weed killer.
That is on my property.
Okay, what about this wall? Whose property is that on?
I don't see a wall.
That's your wall.
Oh,
That's what you were showing a while ago.
This is my wall here,
Right.
yes.
And this is your wall laying over here on my property.
No, I believe if you look right there is the marker.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the market.
The property marker.
This is
So I have no idea of what that rock is doing sitting there.
That's a cat rock for that wall.
I didn't place it.
Right here.
That's disputes and everything is not the job of the town council.
having vegetation
Well,
covering the sidewalk
I don't,
where people
Well,
have to walk out in
Tim?
the street to get it.
anything hanging over the sidewalk, cut down.
We did, I mean, at last meeting, we cut it back, that damn one thing grows good, you know.
That's pretty.
No, that, yes, it does, but the windstorm blowed it over.
Oh, did it?
I've heard two of them.
I guess the decision is whether to do the rest of the stuff behind.
There's two of those John Deere plows in there, I mean,
I don't see it loud.
there's two of them there. I was down to Eleanor here this last weekend, and they had one for $300, one for $400.
So it's okay for me to plant that vegetation that will go over onto the sidewalk in the township.
Goes over on the sidewalk, we're gonna cut it down.
Maintain it for me.
If it goes on the sidewalk, we're gonna cut it down.
This sounds to me like we've got two neighbors that are in conflict, one's in conflict with the other or something.
It started out, he wanted to put a sign up there, 5 foot, cut a tree down. I said, it's fine, it was dead one anyway. He goes in there and cuts them all down. He takes a spray weed killer on it, kills the daffodils, kills the blue fern I had growing up to the wall to keep it the road over there where he's called by that corner. It's 6 inches, he rode it out there since he sprayed it. The part marker was ground level, now it's 6 inches underground. The only thing that's holding it from raising is that vegetation. That's one of the reasons I planted it there. I've had it there ever since before the sidewalk.
So because I sprayed weed killer next to the sidewalk,
No, listen,
we have an erosion problem.
yeah, I sure do. You look right here.
I'm not sure if that's my responsibility.
Well, no, I don't care. It's the sidewalk is getting under it right here. You go in there and it's underneath the crash sidewalk.
Yeah, I certainly believe I'm within my rights to spray weed killer next to the sidewalk on my property.
But you don't have rights to spray my road.
Actually, commercial property.
You killed this there blue fern all the way down to Gold Hill. Daffodils in there, you killed them. Tulips in there, you killed them. I didn't say nothing about it. I just told you to quit. And then you tell you chop all the trees down, I told you chop one down.
Harold, we appreciate you cleaning up the front. I'll go talk to Fox Hollow tomorrow about Virgil having toilets outside. So we ask you to put the toilet
Yeah,
inside, if you don't.
like I say, it's broken now, so I don't know what happened. But, I cleaned that up. I didn't keep a really good job of cleaning that up, I know. But, the church over there, some girls from Jasper, they called me, they want to use my building for a backdrop for pictures for Saturday at the wedding. And that mural, that sign that's on the side, that Gym Cafe,
Yeah.
they like that. The castor beans, they like that. I mean, it's not everybody just thinks that it's vegetation, it's actually, matter of fact, the Jamaicans over there asked me if I would save the seeds for them, they use it for headaches. They boil them, use it for hair stuff. I said, well, knock yourself out, I don't pick them for you.
So if you take care
We
of
could make some castor oil out of them too.
you're gonna have to hold me down and put casserole in. I'm sorry, that's not my priority.
Well,
Okay.
as long as the property's clean, I mean, I don't see anything that out of the way. I mean, we can't get into, it's not the town council's job to get in property line disputes or squabbles between neighbors. That's, I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and listen, but I got better things to do with my time.
But if you would mind, we understand having the plows outside, but we're trying to ask everybody on business to have their stuff inside their property as opposed to having stuff outside. If you could do that for us, we would appreciate it.
Okay, but the lot I got next door to me, can I use that as a display, it's like virtual?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, you know, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
We understand that you got business to run, it's just trying to find some kind of a balance, okay?
Okay, be glad to.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Up next on the list never
Just
seen a
gonna try to
demo
refurb
property
the house?
quite like that, but, no, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna refurb it.
Not gonna keep an eye on it.
We're watching.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a slow process, when you start, you tearing, saving the plywood off the roof.
So they're gonna tear it completely down?
Yeah, they got a 40-yard dumpster up there, and, they're gonna tear it down completely.
That must have didn't take 8 years to do that.
Pretty good, hopefully one on 56 before it's just, on the Hillside Drive properties, the 9039 property, we did finally get that one served. There's been, I don't know if you guys have been by there, 9039, been a little progress maybe, but there's a lot to be done, so.
Is that just Ronnie Bailey, say,
Yeah, 9039 is 80.
He's got 2? Oh.
he doesn't live there now, just so you know.
And the next
Yeah.
one is,
He's renting it, and I stopped by there the other day, they flagged me down, they got a big pile of stuff out there. And he wanted to bring a truck up there, and I said, yeah, I will for a fee. And anyway, he said, well, he said, I'll just throw it out there the curb, you guys gotta pick it up. And I said, no, we don't have to, you
Is
know.
that the one we didn't pay?
No, this is another ordeal. Miles.
Just checking.
But anyway, that's where that is on that property. He lives in West Maiden now, and he's renting it out.
I think we gotta charge though, because I think if you don't, I mean, that's all Tim and them don't get done.
Yeah, otherwise you guys become.
Everybody in their town will be doing it. I mean, there'll be no end to it.
I'll just give you an update on the old Kendall plant here too. It's getting cleaned up. We ended up mowing the field over there by the Army Bridge, and we sent them an invoice for $300 for doing that, and they're gonna pay that. And then, so Mindy, she contacted whoever tried to or whoever. I think we ended up getting Bree Love, and he started getting all the vines and cleaning the shrubs, and it looks a lot better right now since over the weekend. But, yeah, the burn out there too.
just we can get it.
But it's looking better.
He was hoping.
Yeah.
Now, the only other one I want to mention and see where the next step is, we gotta go is, on the ball property, where.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly where it's at.
Okay.
Their agreement was drawn up. It has been signed by Dixon, SDE, and Carolyn Foods. They've got 60 days to get the property cleaned up. And if it's all done in that 60 days, the property will revert to them, and then we're out. If it doesn't get done within 60 days, then we go back in, tear it down, and do whatever.
Okay.
All right, then,
Well, on Hillside, where do you wanna go for that? You did, I'm unclear
we'll
what
just
you.
continue the process, and I'd say we'll come to a hearing, you know, if they're not gonna pay to have a hauled off, they'll probably sit there on it. You know, they made some of it, but there's just such a lot of work to do there, I can't hardly tell it's gonna improve something.
Could be, it's gonna take quite a bit of work to get that.
When proceeding up Hillside Drive, 9077, which is Frank Stanley property, they received 2 on that now, so pretty close to getting one next door. That's the only.
He rents it, it's a rental property.
Still.
Selling on contract, yeah.
So that'll probably be the next hearing, as long as we get served on it. The 859 Plum Street mobile home at 2 Krebs, we went ahead and started the process on that again. So we got the letter out on that. So we'll go through the process. We already, had a hearing, and that's how we got that first mobile home tore down. We left the other one.
Right behind,
Oh, okay. Is that a painted property?
well, it was the old painter, and
Okay.
Michael and
Yeah, I sent, okay, yeah, I sent out a letter.
I mean, that's huge to look at, it is.
See, they get rid of the dog kennel out front, but I think that's about all they've done there.
You said you sent one to.
Yeah.
So
sent one to current
Right, so,
resident.
you know, so something.
Yeah. I think they pulled that dog kennel before they got the letter.
But I mean, all the stuff in the back, it's horrible, you know, and Otter's just like, he's not had.
Yeah, we'll put that one on the agenda, stay on that one also.
Is there, for some reason I thought I was reading that I had gotten some sort of law passed that would streamline the process on dealing with abandoned properties. 433? She's talking about a House Bill 433,
Or be set.
Senate Bill 433. Would you mind looking into that?
Yeah.
Would you mind? And would it be fine if you forward that today, but I appreciate it.
What do you think it says?
It has something to do with expediting your process.
Pending though, right?
Pardon me?
Pending though, right, not passed.
No, I thought
No,
it
it
was.
was passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pushed by IAC, just got a forward tonight, it said.
What was the number again? I'll just look.
433.
Okay.
That's it for property cleanup, fire department, we usually got engine dam, we should have that late this week. That's being about 4,000 in repairs on it.
Diesel.
Well, fan hub, came loose and the fan was radiated.
That week.
Never, yeah, so you just do a new radiator?
No radiator, fan hub, fan housing.
You did a good job.
Yeah, and that one. So, you made it to the call? That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, so, fuel sales for the month of August, this past August was the, third highest month for fuel sales in airport history, so that's good news. Let's see, sold about 7,500 gallons to 80 different aircraft, so that's awesome news. We also received a grant for the designs of, the apron expansion and the, taxiway reconstruction for the old part of the taxiway that never got refinished. So that's something we're trying to push for the 2015 events. Hopefully it gets taken care of by then, we'll see. And fencing project, well, if somebody went and stole some of my posts, it would be done in about 2 weeks, but it's gonna take about 2 weeks to work some posts and get some posts coming in, so once we get the posts in, the extra posts we need, we'll have a fence finished. That's what I'm waiting on. But other than that, I'm good.
We don't need to go by your house to see if you get a fence up.
Hey, by all means, if you can, if you want to, I promise, I ain't gonna do that stuff. Nope.
This is wooden.
So you got a grant for design for both the taxiway expansion on the west end,
Mm-hmm.
the old one, and realignment, as well as the apron. When do you have to have your design done for applying for a grant for that?
That, well, they're both grants from FAA, so we will be applying, those other two, or the designs are obviously the priority, so those get done now, and then hopefully this time next year is when we'll be able to get the next year's grant, or this year's grant we'll be getting this time next year, and hopefully that will be the money for those two projects. If everybody's unbroken, then if money falls out by then we'll be all right, but if that doesn't happen, we're back to square one. So, but they also have other small projects that if those fall through, that they'll be looking at getting a grant money for. As of right now, though, everything else is kind of on a standstill.
So your application process priorities, apron versus taxiway?
Yes.
Which one?
Well, see, we put in the new taxiway a couple years ago, and so now the existing piece of taxiway that was there before, it's such a short stretch, and it's still operable. We can still use it. It doesn't need any patching. That was all been taken care of previously. Everything works fine with it. The FAA says it needs to be pulled up and moved over to match up with the new piece. So that's it. So they're putting the apron as a priority in front of that, but since the taxiway extension is something that they want to happen, that it just depends on which one the FAA decided they want to give us money for. They've given us so much money in the past, that's kind of, in a sense, their airport.
So I'm assuming that given what you're telling me, they're gonna do the taxiway, even though the apron's what you need worst.
Well, let's put it this way, I got a meeting on this coming Monday, so a week from today with the FAA, actually our project airport planner from the FAA, to discuss the new county road that's supposed to be coming through, and also to discuss future projects that we would like done more than others. And hopefully I can persuade her one way versus the other, so we'll see what happens.
I'll buy you food if that'll help out.
You don't have to buy me anything, I just want to get it done. We're good.
I'll get food for her.
Oh, well, hey, that's fine, we can work that out again, yep. Yep, so that's the idea, and I don't have any good updates on the county road project, other than the FAA, they kind of stuck their nose into things and slowed the progress down a little bit again, just because of future airport plans that our engineering firm is dealing with. So they're in the process of cutting some of the future plans that aren't really necessary out of the picture in order to help this road come along. But once again, we're still waiting on approval for the FAA for about the 7th time now, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll hear something back here very soon.
Sorry.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, they're still trying, bid date till December,
Last I heard, yes.
so we'll get down short.
Yes. And Burgess and Leipold Engineering Firm over, they are very frustrated. I get phone calls from Mr. Greg Roman about once a week, sometimes twice a week. And he gets phone calls from NDOT about every day, so everybody's kind of wondering what's going on, and it's an FAA thing.
Yeah, you might want to remind them that if they miss the window, I think in 2014, you potentially lose the NDOT side of the project.
And, yes, yep,
That's substantial.
yes it is.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's see. We have, well, since Michael already talked about the Morris property, that takes care of it.
Jessica Bowens is not present. She probably can.
Okay. Any, let's see. I think we have, you look like you had masks. Are you talking about Christmas lights tonight? No? Okay. Council member issues. Marlene?
The only thing I have, I guess would be for Tom, for you. I've got a couple phone calls on the house I call Tamer House behind, what is ours? What do you call it? You know where I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Anyway, I guess the kids are in the street all the time. I mean, the neighbors have complained, and they constantly roll logs, like from their property down in the street. I've had 2 people call me about that as they come up over the hump, a log will come rolling right out on them, you know? And, so we've got a couple neighbors up there going at war on those. I think you all need to go up and talk to them, and, I guess the neighbors talk to them about their children.
Yeah, I think we had an officer up there the other day, the neighbors, and then got into it, so.
That's what they're saying, so if you guys can keep an eye on that and with those kids, that'd be great.
Tom, my guess is that rolling a log that might cause an accident would be a liability issue for the parents.
Yeah, probably liability, and then kids are juvenile, so they'll go to probation, you know, or if they do cause something to happen, so.
Yeah, they really don't want an automobile accident to happen, I don't think.
Nope.
It's go pretty badly, pretty quickly. You probably should.
I think they talked to him about that the other day, and we'll go back up and reiterate with him.
Because it hasn't changed, is what I've been told.
Yeah. Sometimes lack of adult supervision doesn't help them. He's loved us.
Yes. Me and Tim had a situation last week that, we needed some extra papers to help us do our job properly.
basic ones and
Everybody needs tools. But he's got some tools, but he doesn't have
He
any
needs tools.
set of tools. He has odd ends, right on the ends.
You need a pretty good mechanic set, if you need to put your saying.
oh, I thought you was gonna say I need a good mechanic.
Oh, you might need that too. You better have your own tools.
You know, I assumed since you recommended somebody for application, that they also had the ability to be a mechanic for you. Am I guessing wrong?
I'm the mechanic down there now, okay? So,
Okay.
That's pretty good. He is.
yeah,
And some guidance, probably. If I were the mechanic, I would need guidance.
We got each other.
Well, won't you snap on it?
Yeah, well,
Crash it,
yeah.
yeah.
No, we don't want to do that.
we'll get some.
I got it. I have a suggestion of where you might get tools and you'd be satisfied. We can talk afterwards, okay? Depending on what size, depends on how big sockets you're trying to go up to.
We want to go up to an inch, 5/16 at least. That's the one we didn't have.
That's the one you didn't have.
I think I can probably help you out with some of those. I can help you out with some.
We want to keep them.
No, I understand that. No, I've got some of those that we have left over.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that. I got socket sets going up. I did have, unless somebody's rated me. I had socket sets going up through 2-inch with breaker bars. Now David wants to come talk to me too. What else, John?
That's all.
Okay.
Only thing I got is that, I think Jason forwarded me that, code inspection ordinance that we need to get done, and I forwarded David. Dave, you had a chance to look at that?
No, but I will beginning tomorrow.
Okay, well, won't you look at that and get that in the form that we can get passed and put in place and get this thing moved, because I know that they're getting ready to start on that resort building, and I think that we're better off having that on our hands locally versus some bureaucrat in the state, so. That's all I have.
Okay. Question. I need to ask, because I think I've slept since then. When we were trying to get credit cards for the department heads, where did we stand on that?
They are in process. But what has happened is we didn't fall under the criteria for the specifications to get those credit cards, to have them set up the way we wanted to, and with Wells Fargo. So they had, basically, she said she had to get her boss to override what because the underwriters would not do it. And so they are in process, but it will take us a little bit longer. But it will be.
Just get it to me, I'll get that signed for you.
I mean, we could go, Springs Valley Bank and get a credit card, but it's not gonna meet the requirements that we need in order to have for each department head and be able to track
State board
everything.
accounts.
Karen, I thought about this, so, and we intend to talk about this since then. If it's a big hassle, we can go to purchase orders versus a credit card and do the same thing. Possibly.
And credit
I
cards are.
don't know that we wanna do, and I don't know if Phyllis, I don't know if State Board of Accounts would really like that, but, I mean, the credit card's in process. I can call her again, and, because I called her probably a week ago, and she said it's just a matter of getting her boss to sign off on it and then getting it processed. But it's not a high priority for them. Obviously, they're not gonna be a big money-making credit card, customer.
You're gonna pay it off every month.
Right, which is why.
Which is not what they want.
Right, which is why we did not qualify under the underwriter. We're talking about the resort versus us. And that's the only reason they're basically doing it.
Okay, well, please continue on, because I think it still would be very helpful on both sides. That's all I have. See if that's something else for Mark.
Donnie, did you ever take action on the stream gauges? That has to be done, like,
You're right.
soon.
since I signed documents and told them to get there. We have another year for stream gauges, and Marshall has met with them. Probably this will be the last year of probably full vote for stream gauges.
What we'll probably do, we'll move them around, so NDOT will pay for some different ones. So pretty well, we're hoping that county, West Bay, and French Lick will all just go in together on them, and I think it'll be about $2,700 an entity after that.
So we got one more time of $7,900 is my recollection. I would ask for a motion for that. Would not.
I mean, I assume the counties, they're going ahead and do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Got a motion second, discussion. They've given us what, $300,000 worth of software?
They're close to $1 million, this new thing is getting ready to roll out. You'll be able to know pretty well wherever you live in Orange County, you'll be able to know 7 days ahead if water's gonna be where you're at. So you'll be able to know if the county road you live on will flood, or if the parking lot you're gonna park at's gonna flood, or it's all projections from the National Weather Service.
I keep yeah, Miles, I can give you the guidance. It is very, very cool stuff. Yeah, well, this is the rollout. They just needed one more year to make sure their numbers work. So I've got a motion, all in favor? Okay. What else do you use?
I have lots of things.
Yes, you do.
I would like to present a quote for getting the new software from Keystone. What we're looking at is 4 programs, and it will be our fund program, payroll, and assets. And all those will be integrated together, and they'll be on every computer, whereas now, payroll's on a separate program, funds on a program, we don't even have an asset program.
About sewer.
Sewer, and that one also, but that will be, it's kind of, that's a standalone thing. It's, whereas we're doing like 4 steps in payroll now, because it's on 2 separate programs, 2 weeks, and this will be one. So once, it's gonna really save us a lot of time, and in reporting as well, as far as our reports. The other thing is we're gonna have to do something anyway, because the program that we use on our payroll they're not gonna support us, at the end of this year. So we either have to buy their upgrade, and it's still gonna be, we're doing double entries if we did that. The 4 programs together with the utility as well for $20,200. If we buy all 4 programs, they'll give us a 15% discount. And then there's conversion fees to convert data from CompuTro to Keystone. They're owned by the same company, so that's kind of a good thing for us. Because we had to pay a maintenance fee to CompuTro, and that will roll over into this one, because Voice owns both companies. The payroll, they'll also have to, of course, dump that information. But we're gonna save money on the payroll because we have 30 employees. Barb can actually input all the information, and that can kind of be part of the training. She can input everything in there, and that's part of the training process. And this includes training and making sure that everything works as well.
Was that the survey you got, was that, put that up for us?
Yeah.
That'll take care of it. We scale it back to us, just to try to get it. It's a good shape.
So the conversion fees are about $5,500. So we're looking at close to $23,000 for all of everything for the 4 programs, and then getting the server, which is like $3,200. So we're looking at about $26,000. Barb is comfortable with the utility billing company that we use now, and mainly because that's what West Bay uses, and so it's a good fit, and, it is standalone, so it's not going to be integrated with the other programs. But it's just up to you to have it all under one company so that,
Yeah. I think it needs to be one state.
Just out of curiosity, how expensive is the utility module?
the utility is, it is $5,700.
But about all four of it, 50% less. I move that we purchase. I think, I've seen the software for it, I think it's atrocious, I don't know.
Did you have one person bill for water or both sewers? All same data, isn't it?
Yeah, that needs to happen sometime too, that's another issue.
The other thing is that this is the most widely used company through the state of Indiana. They have it at Paoli, they have it at Orleans. So that's good support system for us. If we have any problems, we can call in and say, hey, how do you do this?
Yeah, but Mitchell also.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and second. Again, you're gonna, with any software upgrade, you end up cussing yourself for ever making that upgrade piece, because you probably did about 3 months of real pain and suffering. But in the long haul, the software you've got now is stuff that was written.
Well, it's not
20 or
even
30 years ago.
for municipality. It's for the schools.
Well, yeah, the CompuTrol was, they were the first approved municipality software.
That it was written for.
It's just a plain green screen.
Yeah.
The other part is that the state now requires you to input everything into
This will automatically go into Gateway too. That's the thing, it'll interface so that, like right now, all this budget stuff, I've had to input everything, and a lot of the things that Gateway requires, it can be uploaded automatically to Gateway.
and once they approve, then it downloads for your approved stuff.
Right.
Yeah, there's some significant time frame savings for Gateway. Yeah, it's, okay. Conversation, not all in favor?
Okay, the other thing I need to do is pass a resolution to transfer funds. We have several funds out there that have not been used. There's not been any activity since like 2008. And I can give you, these are some of the funds. We've got one that is Springs Valley Park donations. It has $6,759.38 in it. It hasn't been used. I couldn't find anything that said it was to be used for something specific. And I talked to Phyllis about this when she audited, and she said, rather than just leaving them out there forever and ever, we would transfer that one to the park account. There's one out there for French Lick Tourism Commission for the $1258.25. Well, why not transfer it to tourism?
Makes sense to me.
And same way with the levy excess, we're supposed to transfer the money out of that to general. It's not supposed to be in there.
What is it?
The levy.
Levy, okay.
And then there's a park levy excess.
What the heck is
Don't
that?
have any idea what that is either.
And no activity.
And no activity since 2006. So, I'm giving you all kinds of park money.
Thank you. Made my mind just went.
You should be really happy.
He's got that spin already, that's where we're going, get some tools, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, anyway, I've got this resolution for you to sign if you agree to that.
I move.
Got a motion, go ahead. Second, board discussion. Motion second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
and vouchers. Did everyone get those in your
Yep.
email?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot. There's actually two sets, so there's two signatures, because we've not having a meeting since the middle of August, and there's August and September.
Okay, got a motion to approve the voucher register. Do I have a second?
Very Marlene, very second.
All in favor? What else, ma'am?
The other thing is we will be having, cake and drinks for Claude on this coming Friday. I can't remember what time. Do you remember the time?
This is all news to me.
Oh, it is not 10.
Your nose is getting longer.
No, I don't know what time you guys
So,
decide.
but we are gonna have
I won't
something
be
here
here
while
while
we
I'm
So, we'll try to make sure we let everybody know.
Find her better. You might be.
I think, that's all on my list. Okay, I'm done.
Do we have any public comments? If not, last chance. Going once, going twice, thank you very much.
Hey, Tim, I'm gonna take your partner.